War celebration for River Hoopers now following their impressive outing at the 2024 Basketball Africa League, where River Hoopers finished third. The executive governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, announced a 25 million naira reward for members of the state's basketball club. Now, Governor Fubara said these are the grand reception for the team held at the Rivers State Government House in Port Harcourt on Wednesday. The governor hopes that this gesture will serve as a motivation for the King's men who finished third at the concluded Basketball Africa League. It will be recalled that Rivers Hoopers defeated Cape Town Tigers of South Africa to finish third at this year's BAL in Kigali, Rwanda. Now joining us this afternoon is the media manager of Rivers Hoopers. Queen Moseph joins us this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Queen, and welcome to In the Game.
Good afternoon, Favor. Thank you for having me.
It must be one of your best nights as a media officer. I mean...
Will I say best night? Actually, my best year ever as media manager since
interesting.
since 2016. Since 2016, working with this club, it has not been this good with the club. And I'm not just the only testifying. You could see the social media post by my general manager, Ifeanyi Ozaka. He also acknowledged the fact that this has been like our best year yet so far. So it's been good. So it's not just last night. I think the last 9 months has been great for us.
Interesting. And this brings me to my first question. An interesting time for your team, Rivers Hoopers. What do you make of this gesture by the executive governor of Rivers State?
Wow, it's great. It's wonderful. It's something we appreciate him for. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, a few seconds ago, we've not had this good. We've won the league like 5 times, and we've not been recognized before. Sometimes when Rivers United win things, Rivers Angels win Laurels and all that, and they are being hosted by the governor at that time, we'll be like, are we orphans, or what are we? Are we not part of River State? So it was questionable for us that we're bringing glories to the state and not being recognized. The past years, we won the league in 2011, 2012, 2019, 2021. So it was disappointing for us, but I think we just kept pushing that one day, maybe there'll be that River State governor who sort of appreciates basketball. And not just the governor, but I think the commissioner also in charge kind of love other sports. So not just football, focusing on football. So, and that is why we're getting that recognition that we deserve. And you look at our run in the last 9 months from finishing first at the Lewis Eden Championship. We were given a lot of money from the governor as well. We won the league as well in 2023. And we also got reception and also some like G's from the governor, and now finishing third. Once again, the governor has not failed to recognize and also appreciate our efforts. So I think it's just motivation to do more, motivation to also go out there to see that we're son and daughters of the soil, that we can go out there to represent Rivers State and be recognized well. So it's a motivation for us, and we appreciate the governor for it. We are very grateful for this big one coming from the governor since he took over, or was appointed, or will I say being voted for rather, as Rivers State governor. It's been really, really good for us, and we're so glad that this has happened to us. It's just a motivation and inspiration to do more.
All right, a fantastic one. I mean, we can talk more about what has happened and how it will, of course, help your team. But I'd like to ask you, how does this reward align with the team's goals and objectives, and what impact do you think it will have on your performance in the future tournaments?
A lot of impact. Like I told you that after the Lewis Eden Championship, the governor hosted us, and the team got 30 million naira for just winning an invitational championship. And so when the league came around, and we're like, if we can get 30 million naira from the governor for just winning an invitational championship, then that means winning the league is going to be huge. And he gave us a charge during the reception at that time in September that you guys should go out there. I heard your league is coming up go out there and win and see that I'm going to reward you for being good ambassadors of the state. And he didn't fill in his words. We went there, we won the league, we did our best, we finished unbeaten all through the season and ensured that we got that BAL ticket that we so much desire and we've missed out on in the last few years after winning or after representing Nigeria in the 2021 edition. So it gave the team again 50 million naira. So you look at it, an extra motivation to go out there. You've seen the governor doing this twice. What stops you to go out there in Africa to also go toe to toe? So in spite of the challenges that we face in our league, not having the league running and all that, but we had to go back to work. That shouldn't be like a tough challenge. That shouldn't deter us from getting our goals or achieving our goals or achieving our aim for the year. And we went out there, what do we need to do to ensure that we come back with a big achievement for Nigeria, for River State? Because aside from the fact that we're representing Nigeria, we're ambassadors of River State. We are carrying the flag of Port Harcourt, of River State, and then of Nigeria. And Nigeria has never done well in the history of the BAL. This is 4 seasons in a row. We've never done well. And so with the motivation from the governor hosting us twice, we saw that if we go again in Africa, it would be like an extra push. And we saw that reception from the governor twice and the extra money he gave to us to be shared by the whole team as an extra motivation to go out there and do our best. Yes, a lot of people will say, oh, we had the foreigners who got in to help us out. But don't forget that most of these foreigners, we only had 2 foreigners majorly. The others were practically Nigerians. Divine Eke is a Nigerian. Kevin Amayo is a Nigerian. Peter Olisimeka is a Nigerian. But the only difference is that they play in a league, a proper structural league, a well-structured league than what we have here, that we've not really had the leagues in the beginning of the year. So they've been playing games all through the year, all through from last year to this very moment. So, but was good addition for us. We went back to work, look at what are we going to do, the players we're going to bring in, who are those players that can deliver and make sure we achieve our goal, and that extra push that the governor has motivated us to do. So, and we went out there and see how it turned out. Even though we're kind of disappointed in the semi-final, we didn't get to the final. Maybe if we had got to the final, maybe it should have been much more. It would be 25 million naira. The governor
it would be maybe 50 million or 100 million naira.
Maybe, but you never know. But it's still a big achievement for us. Third in Africa is really huge. Any team that finishes third out of the many teams that competed, because the BL is not just about 12 teams. It starts from qualification, and qualification starts like October, November. So a lot of teams from different countries are knocked out before you get to the last round, which is meeting the last 6, getting to meet the other 6 who gets automatically qualified to the BAL. So you now finish third in Africa. It's really huge for a Nigerian team who has not done well in the BAL. Even the past championship, which was used to be called FIBA Africa Champions Cup. So finishing third is actually very, very huge. Are we disappointed that we should have gotten to the finals? Yes, we are disappointed because we're just at least really close of achieving that final. So, but finishing third was quite a good one, quite huge one. Nobody gave us a chance. I know the series of times we spoke about it with you, with Faye, with Udoka and the rest of your team here. We talked about what are we going to achieve? How are we going to achieve it? How are we going to really do well this season? But look at how it turned out. From a team who was never third is actually huge. And I want to tell you that the River State government to ensure that, and not to forget, to actually acquire those players doesn't come cheap. You have to really push really hard to pay those kind of players to come play for you. A player like Will Perry won't come for cheap. You understand that?
Yeah,
a player like Peter Olisimeka, even a Divine, won't come for cheap. So it takes a whole lot of money to ensure that you bring these players. There's one thing to have an attractive team and have a structure and have a plan. Okay, this is your goal, but can you pay them? And that's the big problem that some teams really face. They have the plan and all that, but money to achieve it, it is really a challenge for them. So, but the River State government gave us the backing, gave us all the funds we needed to do to ensure that these players come and they are well paid for it and also deliver as well. And you agree that they delivered for us. So all this, all the motivation and all the motivation given to us by the River State government, and that's how and why we have done well and we have achieved this feat.
Trust me, I mean, it's an interesting conversation so far, and I like the propeller and the motivation behind all you've said. Indeed, money is good, but before we let you go, we'd like to ask you, I mean, we know the league is not in session at the moment, but what are the team's plans for the upcoming season? Is there a plan already on ground to ensure that the players will not just go back to their houses and then, leave basketball and come back again to play basketball?
Well, there are plans, but I cannot be revealing our plans yet because I know that a lot of people are waiting for us at the junction. A lot of teams are waiting for us at the junction saying, River Supers, you guys will not go next year. We are stopping you guys. But we have plans to go back. And it's our desire that we should go back. We should not forget that 2021, when we went to the BAL and competed, even though we were just able to win one game, it was a COVID year and all that. But immediately we finished that in May, the following few months, we ensured that we built on the experience and the exposure, and we finished unbeaten that season. If not for the whole tussle in the basketball house of not doing the election properly, and then the not doing it earlier rather, and then it was now held in January 2022, and then the ministry had to take charge of the final eight, of which FIBA counted it as interference, so they didn't recognize the fact that River Supers won the league, and they threw us out, and we had to be replaced by AS Saleh of Morocco. So we built on that exposure and experience, and we ensured that we went back. So I am seeing a scenario of that magnitude, of that kind, that the exposure and the experience we've gained from the BAL and how far we went in the BAL go down. We can't imagine ourselves finishing third, then coming to the league, and then other teams will now say, oh, you guys should shift and get us beaten. Yes, they will come properly. I respect the fact that other opponents, other teams are preparing really hard. I can hear a lot of rumors, some coaches moving, players moving now, a lot of movement happening right now, and a lot of plotting happening right now, just to ensure that River Supers do not represent Nigeria. I understand that because everybody wants to have a taste of the BAL. Quora Falcons can come out and tell you how they enjoyed the BAL, how it was exposure and a big experience for them, extra funding, extra monies for the home-based players and all that. So they'll also love to taste it again, and any other team that have never been there before, just like River Supers and Quora Falcons. So, but we are planning on the ground. Some players, bringing some players. We've recruited right now. I can tell you for a fact, but want to wrap up those recruitment of players who will join us before the start of the season.
All right.
We'll reveal that shortly. So we are reinforcing some positions as well, and then.
All right, I think we have, of course, network issues right there, but Queen was already telling us plans for the new season.
Hopefully the River Supers will get there.
All right, it's been an amazing one, Queen Moseph, I must say, for your team. And trust me, when you talk about Nigeria basketball at the moment, River Super stands on top. Yes, we've had in the past Gombe Bulls, Kano Pillars, Mark Mentors, Oluyole Warriors, but over the times, it's been River Supers giving us the beautiful side of basketball. We can only hope that you guys will sustain the momentum and give us more from the backing from the River State government. Thank you very much, Queen, for joining us.
Hopefully, there was a time it was Kano Pillars raining, so now River Supers have taken over. So that's just it. It's our time.
All right, it's our time, and they have the team to connect.